Hey everyone, it's Michael here at Home Health Success Academy and 10xpatientreferrals.com. I want to be able to bring you guys Module 4, which is the day-to-day operations training that we want to be able to give you guys regarding our video series for how to be able to start a home care company. Our goal is to be able to give you guys everything you need in this 14-module video series so that you are able to provide the services that you need to do. At the same time as learn how to be able to create your feasibility study, your business cycle, how to be able to figure out what type of services you want to offer, how to be able to make a decision if you're going to be franchising, starting a home-based office, or actually getting an office out in the community. And our goal in this video series is to provide you guys everything that you need to create the successful company that you want. If you have any questions or need more information, such as you want some policies and procedures, or you want to be able to have your owner's operation manual, these are additional items that we can give you guys in our services that we want to be able to give you guys. So let's go ahead and get started with the last video on this 14 module video series on how to start your own home care company. So a central and efficient command post is key to operating a highly effective home care business. It is the hub of the business operation wheel as it establishes and maintains administrative activities and serve as all-important client contact point. Physically, it may be set up in your home office or an office located in the community. Either or, it's up to you. In order to operate an effective home care business, consideration needs to be given to a number of functions. Some of the key points to consider are highlighted throughout this particular module video series that we're giving you guys. Let's talk about phone calls. So your client should be able to access your agency at any time, which means that someone must be available to answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. During regular business hours, example Monday to Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., a staff member should and usually receives a call. Phones should be answered by the third ring in a pleasant, friendly, and courteous manner. Now, if you're a one-man show or your funds are not there to be able to bring in somebody to handle the calls, you need to be able to make sure you answer the phone calls. One suggestion when you're first starting up, especially when 24-hour care needs to be given, somebody should be answering at night when you're sleeping. So one suggestion is maybe bringing in another company, like an answering service that can just filter the calls if there are any phone calls late at night for you. That allows you to be able to get yourself some rest as well, because when you're starting a business, it's going to get busy for you and it's going to get hectic, and you want to be able to, of course, have your rest as well. So if you can't afford somebody full-time to work for you, that does not mean you can't bring in a separate company that can be paid depending on any phone calls that are coming in for that day or for that week or for that month. Greetings are important. I hear so many times when I make phone calls and cold calls to other home care companies, and the answer that I get is a hello, or I get a who is this, or the person who answers the phone has no idea about the business at all. And so this right here is one of the biggest mistakes made by a lot of agencies. So your greeting should start off as hello, good morning, good afternoon, but then you need to be able to say, hi, my name is Michael, good morning. Thank you so much for calling ABC Home Care Company. How can I assist you today? Or how can I provide great, amazing services for you today? So that could be a typical, greet of a phone call that comes into your agency. But number one is always, greet them, identify your agency, identify yourself, and then at the same time is ask them how you can actually provide services for them. All regular office staff needs to thoroughly be familiar with the services, the pricing, administration, and client information so they can respond to inquiries quickly, effectively, and courteously. You should have a telephone log. It is a good business practice to maintain a log for recording incoming calls, as a log not only improves the efficiency of the business but also enhances the quality of client services. You should have the date and time of the call, the name of the caller, the name of the company or organization. You need to be able to make sure what's the purpose of the phone call, what action was taken, what messages was taken, the name of the staff person receiving the call. Those are all vital and important. For the agencies that I work with and I run, I always suggest that we actually have a phone recorder where you can actually, depends on which company you're using for your phone number, you guys can actually record any phone calls that are coming in. This actually, number one, helps you manage any phone calls at the same time as you can, go ahead and review how your team is answering the phone calls. How efficiently are they providing the right answers on each one of these phone calls? These are things that you need to be able to have in place. But at the same time, if you're just starting off this company yourself, you yourself must make sure that you adhere to your rules, your quality of service that you want to provide. If you expect your team to do something, you better yourself should be doing it as well. After our phone calls, during evenings and weekends, incoming calls can be diverted to the agency's cell mobile number. So you may have a person who is in charge on the weekends or at nighttime to accept any phone calls. So like I said, you can either have it sent over to a mobile phone, right, allowing it to be able to be, answered all the time, or you can actually hire a separate company that provides an answering service for any phone calls that come in on the weekends or late at night, and then they can contact you that way. Let's talk about the service startup. Generally, services are implemented at a time and schedule that are mutually agreed upon by the agency and the client. While it is not always possible due to staff availability and other reasons to schedule the time frame and or home care assistance that the client wants, every effort should be made to try and accommodate the client's wishes, because that's the last thing you want is for them to have that particular objection and they don't want your services because you cannot provide the staff on the time that they actually want. So you want to be able to at least give the client some options and let him or her choose which one is more desirable for them. Always, always, always try to please the client, as clients are your business. Let's talk about client rosters. It is important to keep a list of all active clients. You should set up a complete and easily accessible client information file, while a computerized filing system would be preferable. A well-maintained manual system will do early on. So typically you would have your binder of all the clients that you're providing services in. At first, if you want, you can have it printed out, and whatever happens, you can hand that over to your on-call person if you're not in charge of that. Of course, if you have a online cloud system that you're using that can be used for home care services, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to access the client's information. If you don't have that yet and you don't want to pay more fees for your monthly expenditures, one thing that I suggest is take advantage of Dropbox, for example. And what you can do is you can have a shared file folder with Dropbox, and you can have the updated information there, easily accessible by anybody that you give authorization to access that particular file box. So that's one way to make it easier for you to be able to share information with people who are on call, or at the same time as for yourself, so you don't have to go back to the office late at night if you need to find out some more information. The service agreement is something that's very much important. Some home care agencies require that the client's representative sign a contract, while other agencies have no binding contract in force. That is entirely up to the individual. It's up to you, up to your agency, and it's something you need to seriously, consider. I myself always believe that a contract needs to be in place because it protects myself, it protects the client as well. You may want to obtain legal counsel on whether or not to use service agreements and or to assist you in the development of one that will suit your business. If you need a basic service agreement, that is something that we can definitely provide you. And you just have to give us a call over at Home Health Success Academy or 10xpatientreferrals.com, and we'll definitely give you guys that service agreement as needed. What happens when there is a service cancellation? And just to let you guys know, this will happen, in this operation of yours that you're putting together. It's not always that you're going to be able to provide all the care that you need, and there's going to be times when somebody actually cancels with you. So you need to be prepared on how you are going to handle service cancellation, as undoubtedly cancellations will be an ongoing practice in service delivery. Reasonable notice, such as 24-hour notice, is recommended for canceling or changing services. That's why a contract is important to be in place.